Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today I am thrilled because I have a very special video to share with all of you. We're going to be unboxing and reviewing in detail the brand new 2024 20th anniversary Fairytopia treat. So there's this doll that's a Barbie and she's like a fairy and she's like out of Fairytopia, but she doesn't even have a name. So I mean, you cannot find any sort of name or relation to anything throughout the packaging, not even like to a Netflix show or anything like that. So I don't think this is related to A Touch of Magic, which has been the latest Netflix branch from Barbie or from Mattel in the Barbie cinematic sphere. But I feel like this is like a bit of a treat for all of us who fell in love with the Fairytopia dolls back in 2004, which is when this lady over here, I mean this beautiful fairy, was released. It's been 20 years, I can't believe that. But anyway, this is the way it is. And so just as they did for the 20th anniversary of the Nutcracker, they released the gift set with 4 dolls. I think it was very basic, but they did it to celebrate it. And I feel like they've probably done the same with this doll, and there's been some sort of commotion in the doll community because this doll is beautiful, and so we're going to explore her up close and everything. Now, and then I will be comparing. Obviously, this is Zelina, which is the lead character of the Fairytopia movies. That then, it had many subsequent movies after the original Fairytopia, and then it was Mermaidia, and anyway, it was such a thing back in the day. So the packaging is very interesting as well, because for some reason, well, first of all, it's so much thinner than what I was expecting. I mean, this is my thumb. It's just so thin. And then mine came a little bit, yeah, damaged because it came in a paperback. But anyway, I don't mind because I'm going to take it out and enjoy the doll 360. But this is the packaging, and as you can see, it just says Barbie. It doesn't even say fairy or anything anywhere. It's just giving us like little clues about a color change feature. And then the interesting thing about the packaging is that for some reason there's a window display here with acetate plastic, so it's perfectly displayed. I love like the artwork. It's very probably like very 2004 as well, like in a way, with these flowers and everything that are very simplistic, but that was like a trend back in the day, like just very simplistic references. And I feel like this is going to give us some sort of nostalgia, not for just the people who might have collected the Fairytopia dolls, but also the 90s, because this doll has a Millie face sculpt, but the screening is giving 90s all the way, which is also very interesting. So what I was saying is that there's another cutout here with no plastic, and I think this is the case for every doll. So I mean, I've only seen this for my first Barbie, I think, so you could touch the material, but I mean, this is hard plastic. I don't understand very much why this wasn't covered, but it isn't. I don't know, probably so you can have a peek to see those beautiful heels that I think is the first time that they've created vines with an actual heel. So that is very interesting. Here we have a beautiful artwork. The doll has been designed by amazing Angel Kent, that has designed so many dolls that we all treasure by now. And here's the promotional picture of it. And as you can see, color changes. I think that right now it's very cold where I am, so this is like the cold. It's just all pink. But if you were to apply um, heat or warm water, then pieces of this will actually fade away a little bit, and then the pinky tone on the wings will disappear. Where is it? I think I saw, yeah. So there it is. And right now it's at its best. I mean, it's very saturated and very nice. So this is the box, and so I'm going to be taking her out, and I'll be back with you in no time. Alright, so I want to show you the inner part of the packaging because it's just so beautiful. Again, it's a very simplistic kind of like fantasy background, but it works perfectly to display the doll. I mean, it's just like so whimsical and yeah, very, very cute. Anyway, so I actually love the background that they've decided to add for her, and I think she also stands out, even though there's a lot of color, but it's really nicely thought, in my opinion. So yeah, now I will take her fully out of it. Alright, so here we have her out of the box and next to our beautiful Elena. And I have to say, I am obsessed with this doll. Like, seriously, out of the box, I love her even more. Even though she's very basic and it's a playline doll, I think that it has so many little aspects that makes her very, very appealing for us adult collectors. And yeah, so let's explore her. We're going to be starting with the head and the face sculpt, which is the Millie one that we all know, but the screening is different this time because they've actually made the eyes being more like an almond shape, and that is what reminds us so very much to the Odile face sculpt with the open mouth in a way, but in fact it is Millie, and you can see that by looking at the shape of the chin, which is a bit wider than Odile's face. But nonetheless, I mean, it is very nice to just play around with the screenings for Millie because you can actually change a lot just by using a different screening on the same sculpt that we've seen so many times. So I love that. Now, she has these fantasy stars printed on her forehead, and I love that. I really love that detail. And then in terms of the eyes, I hope you can appreciate that they're giving 90s in a way because of like the little sparkle and reflection, and the colors used, which are very, very soft. To me, it's just like a comeback to the dolls that were produced in the 90s, in which we, especially for the superstar and stuff, at the beginning of the decade, they were using these sort of like sparkles on the eyes, and that is another magical aspect that they've added. Then the makeup is very soft, but it's there, and then there is quite a bit of like highlighter. I hope you can see it on both cheeks in such way that it also accentuates the chins to just change the feeling of, I would say, the dynamics of the shape of the face as well. I don't know, I mean, I will raise her like so, and you can see that it's shimmery just over the chins, so the cheeks, sorry. So that is amazing. I love that too, and I think it adds to the magical sort of like effect on her. And now moving on to the hair. Well, first of all, we find this beautiful headband that is lavender. The both well, all three accessories like the wand, the hair band, and the heels are the same shape shade of lavender color, very pastel, and this one has flowers and butterflies and little pearls, and it's just so beautiful. Then the hairstyle with a partition in the middle and two pigtails, and at first I thought this doll would be like blonde, like probably strawberry blonde with like highlights and a little bit of pink, but in fact it's all fantasy colors almost. For example, Elena here has a more realistic strawberry blonde color for her hair, but this one isn't quite a strawberry, it's more like peach color, like pastel peach, and then it has very pale platinum blonde mixed up with this like cotton candy bubble gum fantasy pink color as well. So that is just so amazing because it adds to the whimsical effect of it all, and it's very soft saran. It does not have any sort of gel. This is how it looks from the back, and if you were to wash it, it would look amazing for sure, because it's pretty long, and I love the color, different colors that they've used. This is the back of the bodice, so you can see that even in the back you can find sculpted details such as these ones over here. So I really don't mind that this is like a sculpted detail, or a sculpted bodice, if it's just so nicely, you know, done. 360, I love that so much. Now, moving on, she comes with these pearly earrings, which are wonderful, and I think these are also a reference to like the 90s classic studs that a lot of the Barbie dolls were coming with, but these are actually full round pearls, which make them very more appealing to me, because it's not just like half the pearl, but rather the full thing, and so that is something so cool. And then the necklace, it's just so beautiful. It's like a teardrop necklace in translucent blue, green, turquoise color. It's very similar to the one that Lena here is having, even though this isn't the original, because the original was like a butterfly in pink. But yeah, funny enough, it's just very similar to what I decided, because I lost it to put on Elena, and I think it just works perfectly, really. And then moving down, first we find the wings, and the wings are made to be a couple of like clip-on wings on her arms, so you can transform this fairy into a human and back again into a fairy if you wanted to. And I think that this model was actually incorporated for the A Touch of Magic collection of dolls that was released probably like starting a couple of years ago or so. And so we have the color change here. So basically right now it's very cold, right? But if I were to place my finger, you can see, I mean, it goes back very quickly to the very saturated colors, but otherwise with the heat it would fade away. And same for like the hearts, as you can see, for example. So anyway, I love when it's like completely saturated, so I love that it's winter right now and it's cold, because it's at its best. Then we have, of course, the sculpted bodies, and I once again, I don't mind it's sculpted because it's really nicely done, and then it has the color feature, the color change feature, which I actually kind of like as well. It's something new that the old dolls didn't have as such. Even though this doll is magnificent, I love the design of the outfit. Everything is fabric, different pieces. Then the wings are amazing, and then they also light up. The hairstyle is also very beautiful. It's just, yeah, I think it goes with the time. Like, I think you can definitely tell this is 2004 and this is 2024, but good 2024. I mean, this is such a surprise. And I also feel like the waist for the sculpt of this doll is probably slightly thinner than the standard for playline Barbie, such as Fashionista or Barbie Looks, or even for like a made to move body, because I feel it's very tiny. So probably is that similar to a ballet, or ballet wishes or something, in a way, and that gives us a very slender figure for her. Then she comes with the wand, and then the wand, well, first of all, the sculpt comes with a holding hand that is very similar to the one that Shop Disney has used for the Midnight Masquerade dolls to hold their masks. And this is the magic wand, which is beautiful. It has a sponge on this side to just make the color change gimmick, and there is a flower, a butterfly, and a star, and it's lavender in color, so cute. And then the other hand, I would say the skin complexion is very, very similar to a standard California tan Barbie, which is very easy to find if you were to change this head to a made to move body. And then moving down, we find this cat that is made out of like this iridescent material that was heavily used in the 90s, even though it's been used recently again for, I can name, I don't know, the Seconds Ultimate Secrets from Monster High. Every single one of them came with a piece made out of this fabric, but this is like so 90s. That is another factor that adds to the nostalgia. So we have these, we have the sparkles in the eyes, we have the references to the early 2000s, so that is why I feel like this doll is just so it's going to be iconic for sure. And so the body is sculpted all the way. The legs are hard plastic, but I really don't mind. The thing is, they're already posed with like some sort of an angle, and then all the points of articulation, which are 5, are 360, so the arms can move again to outwards, inwards, like up and down, and same for the legs, so you can cross them, and that is something that you couldn't do with these as much. For example, even though they are soft and they have like the click, the bend and snap knee, they're a little bit more, I don't know, they're both static, I would say, but this one has a bit more possibility, and it's already given as if this fairy doll was flying or suspended in the air, which is something I love. And these heels are everything. I think that this is one of of the things that have that has caused commotion on collectors, because of like the added heel and then the vines and everything. Just it's a very beautiful yet simple, but very beautiful design. And so all put together creates this wonderful doll that I'm very impressed by, and I am very happy to have her now as part of the collection and as part of celebrating 20 years of Fairytopia. So I very much hope you've enjoyed this review and it's been helpful to all of you considering adding this doll to your own collection, or just the fan of watching the video. If that is the case, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, I will be more than happy to get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.